This Ademola Lookman situation, they pay me. I have to be in that position. If I hold the coach, I'll put professionalism aside. I'll press his neck. I'm telling you, I'll press his neck. What happened to him? Trust me, it's a very bad situation. We are going to talk about that. Chanana, Ademola Lookman.
Ademola Lookman issue there.
Hey, the coach pull him.
Pull him. There's also push him again. Hey, coach, someone could.
Look, we are going to talk about the Ademola Lookman situation, but then first we want to talk about Osimhen hat-trick. Osimhen, the records. The records are there for everyone to see. We want to talk about the records first before we talk about our honest opinion on Ademola Lookman's situation versus the Atalanta coach Ivan Juric. It's a very bad situation. In fact, we are not condoning whatever happened. But then afterwards, the coach spoke. We are going to take a look at that too. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You can call me Ebuka, and I'm doing this video with Chanana.
Chinedu in the building.
Yes. So guys, quickly, let's jump into it and talk about Osimhen hat-trick.
Osimhen.
Oh, look. Yesterday, we talked about him a lot, looking at what he did for Galatasaray. That hat-trick, it's not easy for any player to score that, and him also being the highest goal scorer in the UCL. But then there are records that we are seeing this morning, a lot of records, just because of that game.
That hat-trick alone just revealed a lot
of records.
Man.
So let's go straight into it. Now, Victor Osimhen becomes the second Nigerian to score a hat-trick in a UCL game.
The first player is Yakubu Ayigbeni.
Yes. And this is huge.
This is very huge.
This is huge for Victor Osimhen. Now, that is not all. Also, Victor Osimhen becomes the first Galatasaray player to ever score a brace in a back-to-back game. This is huge.
So for those who don't understand, brace, scoring 2 goals in a single game. So he did it against Bodo Glimt, and he has done the same thing against Ajax, and even went one better, scoring a hat-trick in the game against Ajax. So this is another record that Osimhen has broken in Galatasaray.
Now, the third record I want to talk about is the most goals. He has the most goals by a Nigerian in the UEFA club competition. Osimhen has 25, as compared to Obafemi Martins' 23, which is crazy.
So that tells you, we all know the exploit of Obafemi Martins. He played for Inter Milan, Newcastle, Robin Kazan, named Birmingham City, all those stuff. So Obafemi Martins did very, very well. But what Osimhen? Just 27 years of age, 26 to 27 years, and he has already broken the record. I hope by the time he finishes his career here, he should score about 50 and plus goals in the just European competition. That should give him solid grounds. You understand? Osimhen here, hey Baba, it's too much.
Osi hat-trick. Look, I'm sure the likes of Chelsea are regretting not signing Osimhen. Looking at what he's doing, look at that goal he scored, the header.
Thank you.
That was a beautiful goal. That's a proper striker's goal. Even Hettinger, the coach of Ajax himself, said that is they considered a proper striker's goal. Like, that is a very nice goal from Victor Osimhen. Now, let's put this to rest and talk about Ademola Lookman. Yesterday, we talked about his performance, but we did not touch on the incident that happened on the touchline between him and Ivan Juric. Let me give those who are listening to us and also watching this a bit of context to what happened. So, Ademola Lookman gets substituted out of the game. He was walking by around the touchline, and it looks like he said something. The coach heard it. We don't know what he said. And at this moment, we don't know what he said. The coach heard it, then draws Ademola Lookman back by his shirt, and then pushes him away again. And then you see everyone coming around to separate whatever was happening, almost in a way of a fight. And it got escalated so quick, so fast.
And the game was going on.
The game was actually going on, and it was just crazy. And you know, it pains me a lot because it looked like ever since Ademola Lookman won the Europa League with Atalanta, it has been bad upon bad news. First of all, he had a fight with the former coach Gasperini
about the penalty issues.
And we all came out and said we do not condone that. Then afterwards, this player wanted to leave the club because he had an agreement with Atalanta. But Atalanta then told Ademola Lookman that they don't want to sell him to a rival club, Inter Milan.
So the agreement was made that he is not going to be sold to a rival club or unless a club outside Italy.
Good. Now, in a game for Atalanta against Marseille, he's in another authentication with Ivan Juric. And I think the coach himself did not handle this situation well.
Yeah.
I don't care whatever was said to you. It might be that, okay, Ademola Lookman might have said something bad. Fine. But as a coach, sometimes you need composure. I know we are human beings, but sometimes as a coach, you need to be very disciplined. You need composure. But to go as far as putting your hand on a player, you have spoiled everything. No matter what Ademola Lookman said, you have destroyed everything. Chanana, what do you have to say about this?
See, let's be frank with each other. No one supports this one. We call it as violence. This is violence. No matter what confrontations and things happen in football, we've seen coaches and footballers go into heated argument and stuff. But for you to put your hand on a player, that is a no. No matter what is being said to you. We've seen coaches also say things to players. Argument. The next day they resolve it and it's gone. Tottenham had the same thing recently against Chelsea. Spence and Van der Ven, the coach. The game after the game, they went to the coach office, apologized and everything, and it's done. But when you put your hand on the player, it's escalates it to a different level, brings different things that are not supposed to, because the anger and other things. We are men. Fine, this is football, and when it's football, professional football, you don't throw hands and all that. You can say whatever, fuck off, whatever. It happens all everywhere. But you putting your hand on a player, you're a leader, a manager. What example are you giving to the other players? You understand, to follow, because with you as a leader, you are supposed to bring the players together, and you end up fighting with them. Then it's easy to be sacked. The reason why they always sack coach and leave the players is the players are almost 30. But you are just one person. So how are you expecting me to sack 30 players and leave one person? No. So they end up sacking the one person and leave the 30. You understand? So please, the coach, they should find a way possible to solve this issue. You all know Ademola Lookman is not even in the good frame of mind right now, because we all know his heart is not in the club anymore. But he's doing his best and he's playing and all that stuff. Even though his performance on the day was, we don't know what he said to the coach. We are now waiting for those lip readers and other things to come and give their verdict on what he said to the coach. But for now, all blame goes to the coach. For you putting your hand on a player there, that is not acceptable. No matter what he said to you, everything that he has said to you has gone down the drain. Your actions is what we are seeing, because we didn't know what he said to the coach. So why would we blame him for saying anything? But you putting your hand on a player is what has been captured by the cameras and everything everywhere. So please, we beg the coach. The coach, this is a football game. You don't a wrestling match. If he wants to fight wrestling or boxing, Mike Tyson and Sting are still around. You can go to them and they'll help him with that. But we beg him. So let's hope that they resolve this issue, because they'll be coming for international break, and we don't want our star boy to be in a bad frame of mind before coming. We want him to be in a good frame of mind. So we beg the coach, they should know by the end of before Friday, you have to solve this issue. Okay, so up to you, my brother.
So for me, when I saw the incident, first of all, I did not like it because Ivan Juric pulled Ademola Lookman like he was some kid to be. Like a child, like, you know, he hold his vest like this and pull him. Like, come on. This is someone who literally handed you an Europa League. Yeah. Like, look at the goals he scored. He's a club hero.
The final even scored a hat-trick.
He's a club hero. I believe he should have been treated better than this. But it looks like whatever happened between, it's like the coach wanted to prove a point on the field. That is not how it is. Because look, there have been situations where players have always reacted. This is not like it's the first time.
Yeah, it happens.
It always happens. Players react. But normally see coaches, they are composed. Look at that Vinicius Alonso situation. Vinicius said whatever he wanted to say in this world.
Alonso present.
Continue. Don't worry.
Alonso pretended as if he didn't hear anything.
Good.
He was just concentrated on the game. You understand? Because that's football for you. Especially those big players. Only sometimes when they get attitude there,
it happens.
They behave somewhere, especially when they feel like they can give more to the game and they get attitude there. But as a coach, sometimes you ignore that because the game is going on. So you don't concentrate on one player. You have 11 players still on the field of play, fighting for the game for you. So you just let the one person go. So the coach didn't do well at all.
Yeah, what for him reacting
overboard.
It was overboard. It was something that shouldn't be condoned. And you know what pains me a lot? If you go to the Italian newspaper, I'm telling you, they're going to paint Ademola Lookman black.
Yeah.
Trust me. Look, forget everything. They'll paint Ademola Lookman black.
They will try to say things that he went and triggered the coach.
Good.
They and this and this. But this the football, there's confrontation everywhere. But they don't. That's why they don't allow you to add violence to the game.
Good.
You can talk with your mouth, fuck off and things, whatever. After saying that, the next day go together. Just human relation. You always have problems, but resolve it. That's why when problems end up in a fight, it becomes difficult to resolve, because you always have things in your heart that because of it are ending a fight. But when things are said to each other, and we just the next day we sit down and we clap and so we talk and we shake hands, everything is gone. But so far you start adding violence, it escalates it to a different level. Or the coach is just trying to disintegrate the team because there are players in the squad who love Lookman.
Yes.
Yeah, there are players in the squad who always be with Lookman.
You just
try to destroy the whole unity of the team because they are players because they know what he has done for the club. So, but there are section of the players who always love him, or who are always close to him. You understand? Everything whether you like to know the big boys in the team, they always have players who love them, who are close to them. So when you don't treat them well, you always earn that respect of those big players because you just came to the team this season. But Lookman has been there for almost 3 or 4 seasons now, and we have seen what he has done for Atalanta. So when you're handling a player like that, please handle him with care. Otherwise, you end up losing your job.
Yep. So we have said enough concerning this, and I'm not surprised that Lookman himself has already handed in a transfer request that January he wants to leave because currently he feels like he's in a toxic situation at Atalanta. Like nothing is going on well for him. Performance, the whole team result is not even getting better. He wants to go somewhere to refresh himself, and I think Atalanta, looking at the situation today, need to grant him that request because how things are escalating, it is bad. Now, after the game, let me tell you exactly what the coach said. Now, he talked about the situation, stating that Lookman's reaction was normal. These things happen in football. What matters is the team. I like the fact that when he cooled down, he acknowledges the fact that his reaction was normal. Him himself as a coach shouldn't have reacted in that particular instance. And I hope that after us, they sit down, talk, apologize to each other, and also apologize to the team. Because I think the coach in that moment had forgotten that by the time, he's a coach. I mean, by the time Lookman was substituted out, they had not even won the game. You should have concentrated on the game rather than fighting. You understand my point? So, guys, let us hear from you concerning this whole Ademola Lookman situation. I think it's a very bad one. But then, if it's handled properly, maybe things could go on fine. But I just believe that Ademola Lookman needs to leave the club. It is long overdue. He has to leave the club. But then let's hear from you concerning that. Now, there is another statistic concerning Osimhen that we missed.
Wow.
Yes. And a record that he might break. A record Cristiano Ronaldo holds.
Mr. Champions League record. You want to break Mr. Champions League record?
It's almost there. Now let me read this. Victor Osimhen is just 3 games away from matching Cristiano Ronaldo's streak of goals scored in a consecutive European appearance.
Okay, 11. I remember 11.
Yes, 11. He has already scored in 8 consecutive.
The Ronaldo one, it was done in 1 season. That was the 2016, 17, 2017, 18. That was his last season. He scored 11 goals from the first group stage match to the quarter final. That was 11 games on the trot that he scored. So I think that is the record that Osimhen is targeting.
It's just 3 games away. So
it's not. Let me say this. Sometimes they have European competition and you have Champions League. Ronaldo's record is solely in the Champions League, but it's into bracket European competition. That's the same. So Lookman, Osimhen one is not in the Champions League, but it's in all European competitions, and that is the difference between
be it Europa League, be it
Conference League, everything.
So guys, we are going to end it here. We can't stop talking about Osimhen and what he has done, but also Ademola Lookman is a very tight situation. Guys, let us hear from you concerning that. We are going to end it here. My name is Adam. You can call me Ebuka, and I did this video with Chanana
Chinedu in the building, aka Osimhen.
So guys, we'll make sure to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Sign out.